The NFL started the 2025 season in Philadelphia, broadcasting Lift Every Voice and Sing, the so-called Black National Anthem, followed later by the Star-Spangled Banner. Is this laudable or unwise? Hi, I'm Rex Rogers, and this is episode number 223 of Discerning What is Best, a podcast applying unchanging biblical principles in a rapidly changing world and a Christian worldview to current issues and everyday life. The NFL opened the 2025 season in Philadelphia with a performance of the so-called Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. This decision to broadcast this song at NFL games has sparked both support and criticism. On the positive side, performing the anthem can be seen as an act of recognition and respect for African American history and contributions. The song, written in 1900 and long appreciated within Black communities, carries emotional and cultural significance. Including it alongside the Star-Spangled Banner ostensibly highlights the diversity of the American experience and acknowledges struggles for racial equality. For many, this represents progress toward healing and giving voice to communities that have historically been marginalized. The NFL, with its about 70% Black players, hopes to send a symbolic message that it values the heritage and identity of its athletes and its fans. On the other hand, critics argue that playing what amounts to two national anthems risks deepening racial and ethnic divisions rather than promoting unity. The traditional anthem is intended to represent all Americans, not some, and not a fractured identity rather than a shared one. Opponents claim this further politicizes sports, introducing controversies into what is meant to be a unifying and entertaining event. Some feel it emphasizes racial differences rather than common citizenship. Additionally, because sports events reach millions, detractors fear the move could alienate certain fans, potentially fueling resentment rather than understanding. The tradition of playing the national anthem before sporting events in the United States dates back more than a century and is closely tied to moments of national challenge and unity. The earliest widely recorded instance occurred during the 1918 World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox. With World War I ongoing and the nation in a somber mood, a military band played the Star-Spangled Banner during the seventh-inning stretch of Game 1. The crowd, players, and soldiers in attendance stood and saluted, creating a powerful moment of shared patriotism. This positive reception encouraged organizers to repeat the practice in subsequent games. Although at the time the Star-Spangled Banner was not yet the official national anthem, it would be designated as such in 1931. The song grew in popularity at public events throughout the 1920s and 1930s. During World War II, the tradition became firmly established. Major League Baseball became the first professional sport to make it a standard to play the national anthem. The NFL joined the MLB in making it a standard to play the national anthem before every NFL game. The national anthem was first played before NFL games starting in the 1941-1942 season. Since that wartime season, the NFL has made it a tradition to play the national anthem before every game. At a time when the nation sought unity and morale, playing the Star-Spangled Banner before games symbolized collective resolve and national pride. The rise of radio broadcasts also amplified the anthem's impact, allowing it to be experienced by millions beyond the stadiums. By the mid-20th century, the practice spread beyond Major League Baseball and the NFL to other professional sports such as basketball and hockey, as well as to college and high school athletics. Over time, it became a standardized practice of the pre-game ritual, regardless of whether the country was at war. Today, the anthem is viewed as both a tradition and a symbolic act that connects sports to national identity. The tradition of playing national anthems at sports events is not unique to the United States. Other nations develop similar customs, often tied to international competitions and moments of national pride. In Europe, national anthems were first widely used in international soccer or football matches. The earliest recorded instances date to 1905, when teams from France and Switzerland played, and La Marseillaise was performed. The practice grew as international tournaments expanded. By the time of the first FIFA World Cup in 1930, national anthems were already standard before matches as a way to honor competing nations. The Olympic Games also played a major role in spreading anthem traditions worldwide. Beginning in the early 20th century, Olympic ceremonies featured anthems both for medal presentations and for opening and closing events. In the UK or United Kingdom, God Save the King or Queen was played at major soccer and cricket matches well before World War II, especially during matches involving national teams. Similarly, Canada's O Canada gained prominence during the international hockey tournaments in the early 20th century, but unlike the U.S., where the anthem became standard at nearly all professional and amateur games, in many countries the practice remains primarily tied to international or representative competition rather than every local or club match. Still, the symbolism is consistent. Anthems serve as reminders of unity, pride, and identity, connecting sport to the broader meaning of nationhood. Now, the United States has long embraced the Star-Spangled Banner as its sole national anthem, a unifying song meant to represent all Americans regardless of background. In my view, while I respect the feelings of Black Americans, rather than play a separate song just for them, I'd rather emphasize one nation under God. Keeping one anthem is important for patriotism because it provides a common symbol around which citizens can rally. And the national anthem is not just about a song. What it represents is symbolized in the American flag. And this special banner is what American soldiers fought to protect and for which many gave the last full measure of devotion. Honoring the national anthem and the flag honors those who made our freedom possible, and that our is all of us. Limiting official ceremonies to a single anthem also reinforces the American motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. The nation is composed of people from countless cultures, faiths, and traditions, yet the historic national anthem offers a moment where those differences are set aside. Standing together for the same song communicates that, despite varied histories and perspectives, despite varied races, citizens are bound by a common commitment to their country. From a practical standpoint, designating only one anthem also avoids the appearance of favoritism or division. What about all the other races and ethnic and national subgroups in America? If different groups were each represented by separate songs at national events, the effect would unintentionally fragment identity rather than solidify it. Sports work best as unifying experiences, where loyalty to team and country should outweigh political and cultural divides. Retaining only the Star-Spangled Banner at NFL games and other events reinforces the idea that all citizens are part of one nation with one shared anthem. America is comprised of many, but to sustain nationhood and citizenship, a melting pot of unity is vital. A single anthem reflects the belief that many voices together form one people. The Star-Spangled Banner remains the official national anthem, representing the shared ideals of freedom, resilience, and loyalty to country. Its continued performance ensures that Americans, black, yellow, red, brown, and white, rally around a common symbol. By upholding the Star-Spangled Banner as the anthem for all, the nation affirms its commitment to positive patriotism and to the enduring ideals of E pluribus unum. Well, we'll see you again soon. This podcast is about discerning what is best. If you find this thought-provoking and helpful, follow us on your favorite podcast platform. And for more Christian commentaries, see my website, REXM as in Martin, it's rexmrogers.com, or check my YouTube channel at Dr. Rex Rogers. And remember, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm.